How's it going, everybody? Welcome back to another first look patch video, and it is patch 3.3b. We have some very interesting nerfs and buffs, guys, so we're just going to jump straight into them rather than creating a 30-minute video that you don't want to be sat here looking at. So quick breakdown, what my thoughts are, and yeah, let's get into it. So obviously first up is Blitzcrank. So Blitzcrank, you're seeing Blitz being played a lot more, just even in lower ELO. Obviously, I'm stuck in Diamond this season, RIP. But he's getting a cooldown reduction on his first ability, so Rocket Grab. So you'll be doing a little bit more grappling throughout the match now on. So obviously, with this cooldown, we'll be seeing the early lane phase being dominated by a lot of Blitzcrank support players. Next up is Gragas. So Gragas has been pretty much shelved for like the past so many patches. Like, I don't see many people playing Gragas anymore, but he's getting a buff to his passive, so the ratio of maximum health is going up by a whole 1%. His second and third ability, the AP ratio, it's also been boosted by a respective 10%, so we'll be seeing a lot more AP Gragas in the jungle. Will we see Blam finally get to play him and master Gragas? We'll see. Next up is Nautilus. So Nautilus is getting an overall buff, so his movement speed has been increased, which is good because he is a chunky boy. But does he move slow without dead man's plate or anything like that? Yes, he does. He moves very slow. He's getting a double buff on his first ability, so Dredge Line cooldown and the missile speed as well. So on his first, his cooldown's been reduced by a whole 1 second per each bracket. And then the speed of the missile line is obviously, which is his hook, well, that'd be increased, so at 18 frames per second rather than 16 frames per second. He's also getting a buff on his ultimate, which is his depth charge, which just tracks him down. Acceleration start time, so the start time to the actual animation is a lot quicker, which is fantastic, because I do think that it has been slow, especially to getting those kills and maybe even trying to help assist your ADC to get those kills. And also the cooldown has been reduced as well, because obviously, in terms of how people have been playing Nautilus, it's a very single target ult, unless your enemy team is absolutely stupid and all crowd around this one target when they are being targeted by Nautilus's ult, and then they will all get stunned, which is spot on, but you don't really see that often. So yeah, I definitely agree with the Nautilus buff. He has been quite underwhelming recently. Next one, I don't think needed a buff at all. If you put lethal tempo on Tristana, she absolutely wrecks. If this Tristana with this buff gets fed early game, it's going to be mental. So her first ability cooldown reduction, white, and then third ability, so the cast time is 1 less frame, so that chucking that sort of like AoE bomb onto people or onto turrets, it's going to be much faster. It's bullshit. I hate this buff. Next one is Varus. Varus, again, we saw played quite a lot in Worlds, or Icons at least. But in terms of sort of like Emerald to Diamond ELO, which is obviously where I'm based, repping, is passive. You don't really get to see him played much. So Varus is getting not only a buff on his passive, he's getting a buff on his second and his third. So it's all due to the duration of his passive is being increased. It's actually not just a base 5 seconds, it will have a maximum of 8 seconds for his passive. His second ability's cooldown has been reduced, and obviously the cooldown of his third has been reduced. So we'll be seeing Varus being played a little bit more, other than the hardcore sweaty smurfs that love to snipe little children in video games. Wukong is also getting another buff to his second. I wholeheartedly accept this buff, because when they said that his increased the range at which he can dash to make it over walls on his second ability, I tried it on many walls. There's probably like 2 walls in the entire map that you can actually do it. So this is a welcome buff for your boy Blam. You know I used to love my Wukong. Will we get more Wukong if the support players start playing tanks? Onto the nerfs, guys. So Kassadin has straight after the next patch has got a nerf. So his base health and health per level has been decreased. Kassadin is pretty much insta-banned, so I don't have much input on that at all. Kha'Zix, so his first ability, so target damage increase is reduced to just a whole 10%, which could be massive, especially if you're not building like crit sort of Kha'Zix or anything like that. Lucian is finally getting a little bit of a nerf, so his first cooldown has been increased by a whole, well, to begin with, a whole 1.5 seconds. And then throughout there, it's sort of just like 1 second, then 0.5, and then another 0.5. So you do see a lot of Lucians being played in Barra Lane or ADC. So will we see that change? Shyvana has now got a nerf. So Shyvana has been being abused in this game right now, and rightfully so, because she is OP, but you do still get some very bad Shyvana players, trust me, always on my team as well. So base health per level is being reduced by a whole 10 points, and then her second ability, the damage is being reduced also. So will we see a massive decline of Shyvana players with this next nerf? Let me know in the comment section below, guys. What do you think? Also, this is a very, very welcome nerf for your boy Blam, which is Yuumi. Yuumi and Olaf combo can go and die. I hate it. It's the worst thing ever. It's like putting, I don't know, mint sauce on bread. It's a nightmare. She's getting a nerf to her passive, so her shield is being reduced, and her Zoomies heal, which sounds like a drug, is also being reduced. So they reduce the amount of healing she actually gives on her third. Thankfully, I can't wait for this. It's either you ban Yi and you get an Olaf and Yuumi combo, and some dick on your team bans Lulu instead, which is not much of a threat as compared to Yuumi and Olaf. And then you get absolutely butt-rucked, because the Olaf then takes lethal tempo, which obviously increases attack speed. So the cooldown of his third ability, and you get absolutely smashed by the damage of his third ability, is crazy. But some strange item buffs here. So Giant Slayer didn't even realize this item was in the game most of the time because no one uses it. The bonus damage has been increased. So 1% bonus damage per 100 bonus max health up to 10%. So it stacks. That's what it currently does now. But now it's changed to 2% bonus damage per every 100% up to 10%. So 500 bonus max health damage. So we're getting a 2% bonus increase, obviously on Giant Slayer, which is to be built against a quite tanky team. Brilliant. Demolish is getting maximum health damage from 25% to 30%, which is mental. So split pushing is going to be crazy. And then last of the buffs is Nimbus Cloak, which was the duration has gone from 2 seconds, which is pretty underwhelming, to be fair, if you are choosing Nimbus Cloak, to 3 seconds, which makes all the difference. And obviously movement speed has reduced. Movement speed has been increased from 5% all the way to 35% to 10% to 40%. So a whole 5% change on the movement speed on Nimbus Cloak, which will be very, very good for escaping those dirty assassins and CC champions. And then last but not least, onto the item nerf. So exhaust range has been decreased, which is crazy. So obviously your support tanks or support players will be having to get in there a bit closer for the exhaust. I mean, exhaust should be being used in close quarters anyway. It shouldn't be used from afar when the enemy team is engaging for a fight, so you can then just literally exhaust a person before they're even in the fight, which is unfair, to be fair. And then the last one is Nullified Orb. So shield power has gone from 80 plus 50% bonus AD plus 30% AP to 60 plus 50% bonus AD to 30% AP. So the whole the shield power in general is just gone down, but they still kept the bonuses the same. So yeah, that was the sneak peek at 3.3b. Obviously things do change, so I will be dropping a video when the 3.3b does drop. If there's any changes at all, I won't just farm the content like most people, because it's stupid, because you already have my thoughts on majority of it, and I don't want to go for another rant of 10 minutes. And I'm sure you don't want to sit for another 10 minutes of me just ranting about the Tristana buff. So yeah, guys, let me know what you think in the comment section below. Do you like the buffs? Do you dislike the nerfs? Do you love the nerfs? Let me know in the comment section below, guys. Obviously people that come to my stream know that I'm on vacation, so there will just be no streams for the time being, and just uploads of YouTube shorts and these videos. So yeah, guys, take it easy, have a fantastic day, and I'll catch you on the next video. Bye now.